Hello and a very warm welcome to the Economic Times GCC Search 2025. I'm Apurva Shukla, your host for the session called Coffee Break Chat. And today we're going to have a discussion on a very interesting topic, Leaders' Lens, Executive Views on the GCC Landscape. And to join this conversation, I have with me Rohit Kaila, who's the Head of Technology and Site Leader at Wayfair India TDC, and Dr. Durga Prakash, who's the Head of Technology, Global Offices, McDonald's. Please welcome them and let's start the interaction. So I would like to start this coffee break chat with my first question to Rohit. So Rohit, I want to understand, as a head of technology and site leader at Wayfair India TDC, right? How do you see India's GCC evolving from support centers to true innovation hubs?
I mean, over the last many decades, I think it has been a monotonically increasing function in terms of the capabilities that all of these GCCs have been having. Of course, we've called them with different names over a period of time. But I think today, the level of talent and the level of work that is there in GCCs has sort of been commensurate with each other. So as we've started building GCCs that have had much higher ownership, we've also started having talent that is much better in terms of what they are trying to do. So they have been moving in a lockstep fashion for a long time. The first GCC or center I ever opened in India was in mid-90s, where it was difficult to get even programmers, to today where you get really highly skilled manpower and personnel in Bengaluru especially, and India in general. We represent the retail domain, and Bengaluru happens to be the hub of all of retail talent. So we can do just about any work from here that represents the core tenets of our technology landscape within Wayfair.
Amazing. Now moving to Dr. Durga, from the evolution and strategy perspective, I want to understand from McDonald's perspective, right? How are GCCs enabling technology-led transformation across global platforms?
A very good question. Thank you for, first of all, giving me this opportunity. I think this is a 70+ year iconic brand, and McDonald's has actually a DNA of the company. We have a innovation. The whole quick service restaurant industry was started by McDonald's, and today that industry is about a $2.24 trillion, and we serve more technology to the consumer on the table. And our organization has evolved into 3 company platforms. We call it as consumer platform, restaurant platform, and the company platform. In fact, for us to serve what we do to our clients, there's more technology runs behind the scene. And Global Office in India was born as a part of strategy known as modernizing McDonald's. And today we serve 1% of the global population on a daily basis. And we have more than 180 million active customers. And what we believe, size essentially does not add value unless you connect them and you unlock the true potential of McDonald's. And that is what we do with the most advanced AI, digital and data in our global offices as we speak.
Now we've talked about innovation and strategy. I want to ask you guys about talent and capability building, right? I want to ask Rohit, what capabilities and engineering skills do you see as, mission critical for GCCs in the retail and e-commerce sector?
So in our case, what we've done in Wayfair is that the technology development center we built it across all our key verticals. Right. So we deal with the customer, we deal with the suppliers, we deal with the supply chain that connects everything, and the platforms organization. So we actually have representation in all of these areas, and different set of skill sets are important in each of these areas. So if you look at the customer, we have a lot of folks focused on the front end, the middleware, or whatever we do to help our customers find the products and buy them, payment systems, various other things. Look at supply chain, we are really focused a lot on findability. We have probably one of the world's largest supply chain, large parcel supply chain in the world. We focus a lot on building all the key tenets of that. And then you look at the supplier part of the world, we actually own a bunch of work which is in the catalog part. And catalog, as you know, for a retailer is probably the crown jewels of the company. So we actually build a lot of stuff there. And when you come to platforms, we do a lot of work on data. We do a lot of work on data science part of it. We have very close connection with Google. So we work very closely with Google. Their building happens to be right opposite ours. We work very closely with them. So we have people representing each of these tenets, and essentially very skilled folks that are able to work with all the technology that goes into each of these verticals and domains.
Amazing. Now, moving to Dr. Durga, I would like to understand, in a global brand like McDonald's, right? How are you using the GCC ecosystem to attract, retain, and develop top tech talent?
Excellent. And I think if you look at the way we were born as a global office is when this iconic brand of 70-year-old consumer brand wants to transform, there were delegations happened at a top level, discussions happened, and finally they realized in order to unlock the true potential of this iconic brand, it's extremely important. It turns out to be truly a global diversified organization. That's where they came to India and we began the global office. And the way we look at it is, while we all call about global capability centers, we are actually truly global the way we were born, because our spread is in 120 countries. We serve about 180 million customers, and we have 41,000 restaurants across the globe, right? So everyone who joins part of the McDonald's family here in India, they will solve actually the global problems, right? To be very precise, we only work on defining capabilities, setting and scaling which never exist in the enterprise. For example, to name, the first thing we started was an edge cloud capability. What does it mean? While every enterprise is thinking of going into the cloud, we are bringing cloud to the most happening restaurants, which are McDonald's restaurants in the world. So we are the first consumer brand in the world which went live on about 400 restaurants across the globe on implementing edge cloud within the restaurant, right? What does it mean? You can ask me that we have a AI product we developed known as Ready on Arrival. Let's say a consumer orders food on the mobile app. Just before he comes around to parking lot, our food gets start preparing. That means as soon as he arrived, he has a fresh hot food is available. We are reducing the wait periods almost like 50 to 75%, right? And not just that, because of their ordering in advance and coming, we are able to increase the loyalty points to them. And also these loyalty points, we are actually redeeming with lifestyle events. For example, not just food, they can buy subscription on, let's say, Snapchat Plus. So engaging customer truly digitally means solving his pain problem by bringing technology to the restaurants. That's how we not only using technology, but making a happy customer and reducing wait periods and increasing his trips back to the restaurant. Before we implemented this, there were an average of 10 trips per year for the family. It has become now 20 trips. That is how we are using technology to increase the experience of our customers.
So we have talked about, talent building and capability building. Now I want to move to the future outlook of things, and I want to ask Rohit, by 2030, what role do you expect Wayfair's GCC in India to play in the company's global technology roadmap?
So we operate in the home segment e-commerce space in very largely focused on North America, but also in some other countries. We are a growth company. So we have about $12 billion in revenue in a total addressable market that is upwards of $600 and $700 billion. So we expect Wayfair to have a significant growth path in terms of our trajectory of capturing both the market share and the revenue in the area that we operate in. We are opening a lot of physical stores as well. So it's a very strong growth company. Now, representing 1/3 of the tech organization, and as you know, in retail, tech is a very critical part of anything that happens within the organization. So given the fact that we represent almost 1/3 of the tech organization, my expectation is that as Wayfair's revenues significantly grow from now till 2030, our Bengaluru TDC will be at front and center in terms of key components that we'll build, not just from technology perspective, but from a product synthesis perspective and business engagement perspective, to be a very effective TDC that will actually lead to that revenue growth. Given a growth company, that is probably the most critical element for us, and people who we hire in this location will, like other locations, will be front and center in terms of creating the revenue growth for the company.
Amazing. Dr. Durga, I would like to ask you, what is your vision for how McDonald's GCC will shape the future of customer experience and, operational efficiency?
Oh, this is very good question, right? See, if you look at a 70-year-old, the most reputed QSR brand, what we are thinking is you have a scale and you have a size, but that does not necessarily mean you have a value. Unless you convert this iconic brand into a truly connected digital brand, you're not able to unlock the value of an enterprise. I think in this journey of a connected iconic brand to the most versatile digital connected brand, our global offices are going to play a very big role, and everybody that whom we are hiring here are going to do the next level defining work both in technology and business operations. And I see McDonald's global office is going to play a key role in defining the next best growth that we are all looking for our organization.
So you both have given amazing insights on different aspects of GCC. Now I would like to move to the another round of this conversation, which is rapid fire session. I want to wrap this conversation with a quick rapid fire session, and I'm going to ask you guys each question, one question each, and you have to be a little prompt with your responses. So my first question is to Dr. Durga. I want to understand, what is one word that comes to your mind when you think of your leadership style?
Authentic, helping us to find the true north.
Now moving to Rohit, I want to understand, build or buy. What's your first instinctive choice?
For the core areas, build. For the context areas, buy.
Moving to Dr. Durga again, what is the most exciting tech trend you're watching right now?
Of course, edge and the agentic AI.
Moving to Rohit, it is again a very traditional question which I'm going to ask. And the question is, remote work or back to office? What works better for engineers? What do you think?
We are we make sure that people come back to work, but we are hybrid. So we do 3 days at work and 2 days work from home, but in the same location.
Okay. Dr. Durga, I would like to understand a book or a podcast you feel every engineer leader should read or, should watch.
That's the growth mindset.
Now moving to Rohit, one thing that instantly impresses you in an engineering candidate.
The ability to transform technology, take something and leave it in a better state than what you acquired it at.
I would like to ask Dr. Durga now, what is your biggest professional, learning from your entire career trajectory?
I think the biggest learning is, as a leader, it's very important that it's not just about you, it's about understanding the strengths of the team and being able to appreciate, motivate, and really perform as a successful team, right? That's the most important thing.
Now, Rohit, I would like to understand, if not engineering, right, what would you be doing today?
Hiking in the Himalayas.
Hiking in the Himalayas. You like hiking?
A lot.
What about you, Dr. Durga?
I'm interested to visit places and study more about ancient sciences, connecting back to the roots.
And if you both are not in office, if you both are not working, how do you both like to unwind?
I love travel a lot, so I do a lot of road trips and a bit of exercise.
What about you?
Either in a gym or yoga sessions.
Amazing. So you are quite a fitness freak. Thank you so much for the amazing session, both of you. I would like to wrap this session with this thing. Thank you.